Nice. Let's see how that goes. Mm-hmm. Just waiting for the signal. I think something is happening here. Look at that now. We're live. Oh, amazingly. Guys, very much welcome to That Beautiful Life podcast. It's episode 240, I believe, and we haven't been talking or seen each other, I would say, for 2 weeks. The main reason is because I've been gone, and I will talk about that in a minute. But first off, hello, all the way from Stockholm, Sweden. My name is Roddy Bergström. Hope you're fine all the way wherever you are. And of course, also my dear friend doing something with his hair at this very moment. And that is, well, he did. That's, of course, my dear friend Q. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I am
Yeah.
good. I hope I sound well to those of you listening because I've done some stuff. You can kind of see my mic in the corner of the room right around here. It's because my whole setup has changed. I've got new stuff. I've got a new monitor. I've got a new monitor array up here, and the way that the array is set up, my mic stand is behind my monitors, so it doesn't really just drop in front of me the way it used to. So I'm still figuring out the best way to do this, but for now, it's working for now. The only thing is that it's blocking a portion of my screen, so that's
Ah,
all.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's directly in front of the screen in front of me. So either I get a new monitor arm or I figure out a way to make this one work. We'll see.
What about the third monitor? How come you decided to put up a third one?
So I was I'm in an arrangement with Alex, and so for the longest while Alex has in my laptop, right? So I had this gaming laptop, and she used it when she went to New York, and she put a lot like she's got her files in there and all that, and I haven't been using it as much.
Ah,
And
okay.
so even when she came back from New York, she's still been using it to like for gaming and stuff as well. So she's been playing Hogwarts Legacy on there. Really enjoying that game, by the way. My
Mm.
brother Ash is also enjoying it on the Xbox, and he's like, man, it's so good. He just picked it up this past week on sale. But yeah, she's enjoying it, and so the laptop is become hers, even though
Oh,
like
nice.
from a technical level, my mic is sort of drifting to the back of my monitor. Uh,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's
It's
really. Oh,
moving.
monitor just tilted down. Oh, this whole thing is still a work in progress. Sorry, everyone.
Sure. No worries.
Yeah. So essentially, she's sort of it's sort of become her laptop, and because of that,
Mm.
I've sort of said to her, look, you know, like she ended up picking up a laptop for herself, a Chromebook, not Chromebook, sorry, a MacBook. She hasn't been using it, and I've been needing a laptop for like when I'm out and about, that I can just speak louder because your voice is coming and going. See, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew something like that was gonna happen with this whole thing. Can you hear me now? Oh God, let me put it this way. Is it better this way? Can you confirm if it's better this way? I'm raising the mic up a little bit more. Tell me if I sound any better. And yeah, hopefully I sound better. Maybe I'm not too loud, but yeah. Anyway, she got a MacBook, and I told her, hey, you know what? She hasn't been using the MacBook. It's just been sitting there in our room. And I said, hey, since you're not using the MacBook, can I just take it and I'll just replace it later down the line for you? And we came to an agreement. And so now I've got the MacBook there, which I haven't been able to set up because, long story short, I've been locked out of my Apple account and I'm waiting for Apple to let me back in. But
Oh, wow, one of those. Oh,
one of those.
typical. Oh, good luck. Oh my God. Yeah, you know the story we had some weeks or months ago when it comes to my iCloud and my freaking yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that's gonna get solved, but man.
They told me I should get an email on the 22nd, so 2 days from now. I'll know on Friday,
Yeah, okay.
and then hopefully I'm in, and then I can just work on the go. Other than that, yeah, generally I ended up part of the equation I worked out with Alex as well as to get her. She wants to still work on Mac because she wants to do photography, and the new Mac Minis. Have you seen them?
Huh?
Have you seen the new Mac Minis?
I haven't seen them. I mean, I know about them. I mean, I have a Mac Mini, but
Mm.
not like the newest M4, but I have M2, right? I think.
The
Yeah.
M4 is the one that so I've
Yeah.
seen the M4. It is absolutely gorgeous,
Yeah,
and
it is.
it performs like a beast. So I
Yeah.
promise Alex, I'll grab her one of those as well. And the M4s are quite cheap. They're quite reasonable on PCs. And so what I've done is I got her monitor in advance before I get the M4. So that monitor
Aha.
came in a pair. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace from a bloke selling them, and I got two in a pair.
Okay.
And
Was it
so
like local or did you have
it
to?
was local. He actually came round to mine and dropped it off.
Oh, okay.
So
Look at that. Yeah.
he came round, he dropped it off, brought it to the door, came in the boxes and everything. They're pristine.
Ah,
Not very, not brand name, like super expensive monitors.
no, no.
I think the brand is Prove Crua, Crua, Crua. I've never heard of it,
Yeah.
but
No, me neither. But it's a monitor and it works. Yeah.
it's a monitor where it's 1080p, 180 hertz,
Yeah. Good.
with FreeSync, so perfectly serviceable for what it's needed for. It has HDR support and all that kind of stuff. I can't say it's good HDR support, but it's HDR support nonetheless. Um, but generally speaking, so I've attached one to my PC and I've given her one, and that's kind of how it's been operating more or less. So and just for those of you who may have come in here because of Dandadan, we will get to that in a few seconds, a few minutes, I should say, just a moment. And the reason why we're going to talk about Dandadan is also because of Alex. So, yeah, generally speaking,
Everything connects in a kind of a mighty and half mysterious way. That's
yes.
the thread that goes through our lives.
Hmm.
That's how it connects.
It's brilliant. So
Yeah.
this week has been full. It's been full.
Yeah.
It's been exhausting. I've been up and down. I've been doing a lot of stuff and a lot of. I still have more stuff to do. I even like just today. I spent today cleaning and doing DIY around the house, and that was exhausting. And I literally
Yeah.
just finished cleaning and reorganizing the dining room the way I wanted,
Ah,
and
okay.
so exhausted. And you know what? I just finished it, right. So like for weeks now I've been saying to Zavi, like, tidy up the dining room. He's like, and he'll like half do a thing, and then it will be still messy, but it will be like a little bit better. And I just decided, today I'm just gonna do it. And I tidied up the dining room. It's all perfect. You can finally use the table again because you couldn't use the table for ages. Who do I come and find chilling in the dining room just a moment ago before I hit live? Savvy. He's setting up his little stuff at the table, get all comfortable. I was like, "What are you doing?" he's like, he's like, "Well, can I do my work here?" I was like, "Did you clean the dining room?" No. Okay. 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 It's like you have a room. Go to your room and do your work. No, I was like, if I've told you multiple times to clean the dining room, you didn't do it, and I think a couple nights ago he came in to ask me for something. I was like, look, go around the house and see if there's anything that needs doing before you come and ask me for anything. And he came back and said there was nothing and went to bed. Right? The dining room was still there. So it's like, mate, no man, I spent my whole day cleaning the dining room. You ain't gonna go and sit there and get comfy and mess it up. No, I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah, I'm that kind of person. Like if I spend the whole day cleaning, it's gonna be at least a couple weeks before anyone is allowed in there. Like without me like saying like, it's cool. I don't mind you coming in here and making mess.
Yeah, exactly. It has to do with the level of tolerance.
Hmm.
You just have to get down to a normal level or something like that.
I think it's the time I take. I think it's the amount of time I've spent cleaning it up is
Yeah.
what is like. If I've spent most of my day doing something like that, nah, you got nah, no.
No, no, I can understand how you feel. I mean, yes, I know what you mean. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. The
It
other
is
thing
what it is.
too is because I got three monitors, I had to get three. Had to get a three monitor stand to hold my monitors up. So I
Ah,
searched
okay.
Facebook Marketplace, found a guy who was selling one. And I
Mm.
got this really heavy, big one, like robust,
Ah,
super,
okay.
mucho. And
Okay.
the weirdest thing, I cycled to this guy's house, right? Because I'm like, it's a monitor. It's gonna be easy to just pick it up, chuck it in a backpack, and go. Bro, the thing was, it was so heavy that the bag couldn't close. We had to use twine to tie the bag closed. And
Oh,
then
really?
I was cycling back, and the back, the sort of like stem of the monitor was like banging in the back of my helmet like that.
Ouch! No.
And I'm like, I'm so glad I have a helmet on.
Wow.
I was just thinking about because every time like I went over a bump or I broke, it's like in the back of the head,
Exactly.
and I had to like be careful the whole way back. But luckily, I was fine, and it is working. It's doing the job perfectly fine. My monitors are all being held up really well, exactly in the format that I
Good.
want them. So yeah, that's generally it.
So how are just curious, I mean, this is interesting tech stuff, you know? We have to talk about that for a second. I mean, I have two monitors, but they are, on their like basic stand, meaning on the actual desk. But you say,
Okay.
are all your three monitors mounted like on
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 arms.
arms?
Yeah, yeah. So what I've
So are
done.
they on like wall, or are they part like like mounted on the desk on an arm, or how
So
does
they're
it work?
mounted through the desk. So this
Yeah.
mount clamps to the desk to the back
Yeah,
of
right.
it, and it's
Mm.
really like tightly snug in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're sort of like on there, and
Yeah,
works
okay.
great. They are absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. I've done some before where I put them on the wall, but for this particular monitor arm, no, it's perfect like this. I would actually recommend this arm.
Mm.
And the bloke I got it from, like he was moving to Wales,
Oh, okay.
so he was just selling it off, and I got it for like
Mm.
a tenner, so just 10 quid.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah, that's
absolutely
good.
perfect price. I think if I
Yeah,
try to
that's good.
buy something like this on Amazon, I'm looking at upwards to a couple hundred.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of a price range also when it comes to those. Definitely. I've been checking out a few also, but yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
good. You've done you got a good deal and got everything you needed to get it going, you know?
yeah, yeah,
That's
definitely,
good. It's good.
definitely. So that's the gist of it. That's I mean,
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that happened this week that
It's
I
been a
that
lot of fixing,
yes,
essentially. Yeah.
a lot of like house, home, and life admin that's been going on really. Yeah. Other than that, it's just spending time with family and the boring stuff, the stuff that no one cares to hear about every week.
And since it's 2 weeks since we last made the podcast, since I was away last week, now it's very much close to winter or something like that. It's
It's
quite
winter.
cold.
It's winter.
Yeah, I would say so,
I've
yes.
driven through snow already. It's winter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you got some snow. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next time I took a little road trip to go get a bike for my niece, and
Okay.
yeah, end up running into some snow on the way. So yeah, it's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is what it is, true.
winter. So yeah,
Yeah.
but that being said, I had the boring week. You had the exciting week. You went on a
Well, yeah.
trip. You and Isaac hopped on a flight and went up north to the North Pole where it's
Where ice bears lives and mooses are crossing the streets all the time and snow foxes are, yeah, I don't know what they do.
I
They
was just
just
thinking
watch you.
like the elves and stuff were making presents and thing, and you guys just like popped in, like that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
something like that. Well, it's not that far up north, but it's true. As you said, no, yeah, me and my youngest son Isaac, we went up to meet my mom. My dear old mom still lives up in the north part of Sweden where I originate from, where I grew up and everything. And it's not that often that I have the possibility to go up, but it's like it's quite a trip. I mean, sure, I've done road trips when it comes to going there, but it's 800 kilometers, so it takes like 12 hours or something. Something. So it's quite convenient to go by plane. So yeah, Wednesday last week and came home Monday morning this week. So we were there. I mean, when or before when my father was still alive, he passed away 2019. So before that, before he got ill and passed away, they sold the house, where we grew up, where I grew up and everything, and bought an apartment. So she still has that apartment. I'm glad they were able to do that because it also means that it's less things to take care of or
Yeah.
even consider to do. So that's kind of smart. And my sister, I have an older sister. She was there like 2 months ago and just helping her, throwing away even some more stuff. Uh, Gladly, they don't, or she doesn't have so much, in the storage room on top in the building where the apartment is. You know how it's usually designed. You have to go up almost like the attic or something. So that's fine. That's fine. So we were there. We had a good time. There was no snow. There was kind of like, okay, well, it was actually quite warm for
Wow.
being, like November, mid-November, and
Hmm.
the north part of the country. I was like, okay, uh, you know, global warming. Hello.
It is the
Uh,
thing.
yeah, it's a thing in a way, but I mean, yeah, whatever. But we had a good time. I mean, mainly we just, we were together. We were
Hmm.
spending time together talking, and eating good food. Yeah, I sent a
You
picture
send me a
to
picture,
you.
yeah.
We had moose. We had moose. Yes, of course. That was great. It was actually my what did I say? How did it, my uncle? Yeah, my uncle that
Did
had.
he cook? So you said he shot the moose. Who cooked it? Was it your
Yeah,
mom?
yeah. My mom. Yeah, my mom did that. Yeah, exactly. So she got like the raw meat, so to say, and she has like I think she has different kind of parts. I mean, she didn't get like a lot because yeah, but she got some, and I think we almost ate the whole piece because we also ate it the day after, I believe. No, on Saturday, because I'm getting to, yeah, we went to a hockey game. You see, when I was booking these tickets, I was like, well, let's see if we can also, combine that because like in my hometown in Skellefteå up there in the north, there's a really good hockey team and they won the like national league last year. And they are very much often in the top, like three, four, five top teams in the SHL, which is called here, Sweden Hockey League. And yeah, there was two home games on Thursday and then on Saturday. But since we were there, like yeah, felt that Saturday would be good. Unfortunately, they have been playing very bad recently. I think they had like five losses in a row, and it was like a bit of a crisis in the team. But they shaped up. Maybe they knew that we were there, coming back and watching them. It's a very nice place, like a good hall and everything. It's quite new actually. It's the old one that I visited with my dad and my sister when I was like 7, 8 years old. It's all gone, years back. So it's very modern and nice seats and all that stuff. A good show going on, and it was a good match. And long story short, they won. So it was like yes. And I was also happy that mom wanted to go with us. I mean, she hasn't been to ice hockey game for like so many years. So that was really nice that she would like to do that. So we spent time on Sunday, though it actually started to snow. So we got some snow up there in the end. And then we flew back on Monday morning quite early. So we came down here to Stockholm and which was kind of good because then I had like more than half of the day to like get going with things since I have been off when it comes to making videos on YouTube or in streaming or in music production and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Even though I tried to prepare some things when I was gone. So, but the bottom line is it was well needed. One, of course, just glad to meet my mom again.
Mhm.
She's a lovely person. I really love her, and also that Isaac was with me, my youngest son. She got to meet her as well.
Mhm.
Now it's closer to Christmas, and she's gonna come down. She's gonna fly down and spend Christmas with my sister, and then come and spend like New Year's Eve with us, meaning my family. So that's nice. So it doesn't. It's not like half a year or a year again until we meet each other. But yeah, overall a good stay. Really, really nice. I kind of needed that in many ways. So good week indeed. Well worth it. So
Sounds like it. Sounds like it was
yeah.
definitely worth it. I think like just recently I was talking to my sister about like, we were talking about our mom, and
Oh
I was thinking about like oh it'd be nice to like visit like to go see her, but in my case it's not just a flight
yeah,
up north,
it's
it's a good
exactly. It's not in the
16-hour
same
flight.
country. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. At the same time, you know how it is. Like, luckily nowadays there are two airlines that are going up to this destination. It was only one before, which is good because then you get competition. So the prices there are. If you That's why I made the booking in time,
Mhm.
so we got pretty good prices for the flights.
How much were
Which of
they?
course, uh, let's see now, nine. uh, like 2,400 Swedish kronas, I
Oh
believe,
wow.
back and forth, which is not that bad.
Is that
That's
for
like
both of you or just one?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
2000. That would be about 240 quid approximately, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
That's not too
Which
bad.
no, it's not too bad actually, because one trip was like 600 plus Swedish kronas, and the other one was like close to 1,000, meaning 960 something. But it's good. It's actually good. I mean, usually you don't get those prices. You can get flights, especially if you have to go during a time where it's kind of a lot of people flying. Of course, it's more expensive than this was a bit off in time. It's quite, in forehand before Christmas and everything. So it's a better chance to get those prices. And of course, you know how it is if you fly internationally as well. If you go like abroad, uh, you never know. It sometimes you're more lucky than anything, but so it is
Sounds
what
like
it is. But no, but good. Once again, really really good trip. I'm happy I did it. So or that happy we did it. It was good for Isaac too.
yes,
So
definitely. Sounds
yeah.
absolutely amazing. Alex said you should post some photos. Definitely,
Yes, I should. I should.
definitely post some
I'm
photos.
though a mess when it comes to photos because I hardly take any photos. I
You live in the moment, you know.
yeah, I live in the moment. I'm a bit old school when it comes to not like bringing up my phone like all the time taking pictures, which in this case is a kind of sad thing. And I think it is because there is a reason for that. And I think I've
Mhm,
said it before here in the podcast, and Q knows also. I think it's because I traveled so much
mhm,
during these 25 years with Cremata when I was touring as a touring musician,
mhm.
going to a lot of different countries and cities. And in the beginning, when I was younger and my first years, I was like, taking photos. Of course, this was also before like you had a camera,
It
right?
was a
And just a
physical
few years,
camera.
yeah, a few years later, of course, you had the first mobile phones and everything, but and not so much smartphones. So, uh, but you know how it is. So I did that, and then I started to go merry goes around. It's like the same thing. Oh, I'm coming back to Berlin. Oh, I've taken pictures here before. I'm coming back to New York. Oh, I've been here before. It's so I at that point of time I stopped taking pictures, which I say it again, it's a bit of a pity. I kind of regret that in many ways. Because this I have to add when it comes to being at my mom's place, she has still, and she was very good at this already when I was like a kid. Had these albums, photo albums with a lot of pictures, and she had been writing dates and where we were, what we did, and maybe some funny stuff. And
Mhm.
so I sat down, I took a bunch of those and just, I was sitting in the couch just, watching some nice photos back from when I was like 5 years old, my sister was 10, and that time, like the 70s. Oh my God, it's so long time ago.
That sounds amazing. You
Uh,
know what? My aunt has the exact same setup. Like
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I remember visiting my aunt and she had photos from like way back when. Not photos of that of me or anything like that. At least not that I know of. She may have a photo of me and I don't know about it. But I like my mom and them when they were kids and stuff. And
yeah,
I was just like, wow, that's like that's
yeah,
just years and years of this history. And it's not like one album. It's like she's got tons of them. She's got like three or four
yeah.
different bundles of albums with just like lots and lots of photos. So yeah, it was amazing. Like just going through it with her and seeing these pictures and just because
Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it?
it is. It's like moments in time just frozen there, and especially
Yeah,
like time before, like cell phones, because these are physical pictures, images that you've taken that,
exactly.
have that sort of just shiny gloss finish. The younger people won't get it. You younger folks who don't have like physical pictures, maybe you don't have, some of you may have a Polaroid camera, maybe you're a bit hipster, but for the majority, you've never actually experienced having one of the a proper physical photo of you taken, and it's not there's nothing like it. It's absolutely it's sort of magical in a certain extent,
Yeah,
because you take a photo on film and you'd take it to a shop and you'd leave it there for like a couple of days or something, and then you'd come back, or maybe a couple of hours depending on if they're busy, and then you'd get it back, and they would take those photos, and sometimes you take those photos and it had been taken like ages, and you just have it on the camera, and then you take
right,
it in at a
right.
specific day. Oh, we need to get them developed. You take them in, They get
Yeah,
developed and they come out and you're like, oh my god, it looks so
it's
amazing.
it's a feeling. It's a very special feeling, and I
Yes.
think it's. I think we could make a comparison. You and I, we've talked about like physical versus digital, and
Mhm.
if you think about it, like for example, with music,
Mhm.
it was one thing also back in the days. We can go back to CD to start with. You had like
Yeah.
a booklet and everything. You can go back to vinyl. Like
Yes.
the big stuff with all the texts and pictures and
Mm-hmm.
information and the vinyl itself and everything. That's all gone now. It's
It
like,
is.
where's the music? Well, oh, it's here. It's in the phone. It's what can I see? Oh, that's a little pic over there. Who's that? Oh, it's the artist. So it's it's so different. You can't like feel it if you know what I mean. You can
Yes.
hear it and you can get the emotions or whatever have you, but you can't like feel it.
Yeah.
And it's the same with photos. If you have those photo albums, yeah, it's totally a different feeling than like putting it up on a screen or a monitor or watch it in your phone. Yeah, that's nice too. And of course, it has advantages with the technique that you can also, put it on your NAS or wherever you want to save it. And
Mm-hmm.
that can be good in another way because there is a small downside, of course,
Mm-hmm.
if you have it all like on in a photo album and the negatives like that comes with it that if you want to like make another copy or whatever have you because if an accident happens, like there are families, that have been totally devastated. Maybe there's a fire and half their house or something is burnt down and all the photos are just gone, all those memories. Well,
I think
with their hearts, but
that happened to my mom. Not with a fire, but she had a lot of old photos, and she moved and lost them. Just lost.
really, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think a similar thing happened with my brother as well. So stuff like that.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
Sorry, what's that?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, you see my settings.
oh, am I
I
gone? I am
No,
here. Yeah.
I think I was trying to I'm seeing a bit of a flickering on my I'm seeing flickering on the like my camera, and I think it's because maybe my camera is running at 60 hertz, and I think last time I dropped to the 40 to 50 and it fixed it. So I was trying to go through the camera settings on the G Hub to try to fix it, but I forgot that that is also on the same screen that has us on it, so it blocked the image. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I
No worries. I'm
completely.
still here.
I'm apologizing to the viewers.
Yeah. Sure. I understand that. I understand that.
You understand the
Yeah.
things that happen in these places.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely for
Sure.
photos, amazing music. The classics.
Yeah.
Even if you like after vinyl, you had cassette tapes, and similarly, just the feeling of being able to have those things, and those physical things, and actually own it and so forth. But then at the same time, there's the downside that you could lose it. That being said, let's
Hmm.
jump into some telly. Start moving the show along, and I think we're gonna go straight into the show that I have been watching this week, the one that is on the
Yeah.
title,
Do that. Do that.
which is Dan Da Dan, right? Dan Da
Dun
Dan,
dun dun. Hmm.
Dan Da Dan,
Dun dun dun.
Dan Da
It's
Dan,
it's like could be a song. Dun dun dun.
Dan Da
Dun dun dun.
Dan. It's
Dun dun dun. Sorry.
I think you know what, the song track is probably the best part of. Well, it's not the best part, but it's one of the best parts to Alex. Like she loves the song. Like I remember that we watch this every Thursday because the new episodes come out every Thursday.
Yeah.
It's a current run anime series, and I remember the last week we were watching the episode, and I just want to skip the intro because like I feel like I just want to get into the episode. She's like, no, that's the best part. That's the best part.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Hold on. Yeah.
I had to I had to listen to. Well, I didn't listen to. I left the room and went and got snacks or something. But
I creepy nuts dun dun dun. Okay, so this series though, this is something that has come up before. I remember also Nalu was talking about it, right?
I think Nalu was talking about it, and
Mm.
so I think he asked about it, and I said I'll talk about it at another date or something like that. But the point is, Dan Da Dan is an anime. It follows this boy and this girl who are into supernatural stuff. Now she believes in like spirits and ghosts and all that kind of stuff, and he believes in aliens. But the two of them, despite the fact that they believe in each of those things, they don't believe in the other person's thing. So he doesn't believe in that spirits are really things. That's ridiculous. How can you believe that? And she's like, how can you think aliens are real? That's ridiculous. So the two of them sort of like they dare each other to like go to a place that they think like supernatural things, so the thing that they're into is gonna show up. So he's like, there's this building where aliens usually turn up and stuff like that. Like, you go to that building, and then she's like, there's this sort of like abandoned sort of like tunnel, where there's like ghosts and stuff. You go to that tunnel, and they're both on a phone call together, and they're just sort of like, taking the mick out of each other, but like, oh, you see, I haven't found anything yet. Yeah, you're wrong. Blah blah blah. And but the ridiculous thing is that like shit starts happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So aliens abduct the girl, and a ghost attacks the boy. So you have this scenario where they end up actually in like fall into this world of supernatural stuff, and they then have to discover that they have abilities, and they have to fight these supernatural creatures and all this sort of thing, or just try to understand that world. And there's a bit more nuance, there a bit more things that happen between the two of them, with him more so, and like there's also this sort of like budding romance between the two of them. Like they start off as friends, and it's slowly sort of like becoming something where it's like they're like a thing. Like they're like she's around him and she's blushing, and he's around her and he's blushing, but then they're awkward around each other at the same time. So you have this sweet sort of awkward romance that's going on between the two of them, and then you've got her grandmother, who I don't want to spoil the grandmother for anybody. I think you guys need to experience the grandmother. I'm just gonna say you have her grandmother, and then
and that's that.
And that's that. That's that.
Oh, a hot granny. Okay.
Right, just spoiled it. You're ruined it.
Me spoiling. I'm reading the chat. This is a live stream.
Oh, it's in the chat. The chat is ruining it. You're ruining it. What's up, Nalu? You're ruining it.
Yeah, hi, Nalu. Well, it's your missus. I'm just reading what she's writing. She's very supportive.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to help my mom with finding an ancient show. Hopefully it's Dan the Dan.
That's a good reason. I hope you found it.
Hopefully you were helping to find Dan the Dan. Generally you have all these supernatural things happening and so forth, and it's good. I have to say, Dan the Dan is good. Now this started airing on the 4th of October, so I believe we're like 5-6 episodes in, somewhere around there. It's quite a few episodes we're in right now. It's a 12-episode series, so the series ends, like the last episode for this season, I guess, will end on December the 20th, and yeah, we'll have 12 episodes by then. So I just have to say, it's an amazing series. I'm enjoying Dan the Dan. I'm enjoying the sort of ride between these characters. It's an 8.7 on My Anime List. Ooh, do I dare to give it a rating right now?
Yeah, do you dare? Are you ready, or do you want to...
I feel like I want to give it a 10, but at the same time, I haven't finished the season yet. I think right now it's a solid 9. I think right now, for everything I've watched thus far in Dan the Dan, it's a solid 9. I can easily recommend this to other people. I think the art style is great. The characters are likable and interesting. The music with the intro is pretty catchy. And the plot, I think it's got great plot, and I mean that plot in both ways. But it's got great plot. So even fan service, nice fan service. I genuinely think Dan the Dan is a really nice series so far. But I have been hurt.
Wait, how many seasons so far?
We're in the first season, so it's not like
it's that new. They haven't like pushed out the next like second or anything.
No, we're still we're in the early days. There's a manga for it, so if you read the manga, you could be ahead of it. But I haven't touched the manga. I'm just watching the anime. But genuinely, I think it's well with. I think the story so far. The only reason I won't give it a 10 and say like, oh my god, this is the best thing that's come out this anime season. Is because I've been burnt by anime before or series before where you get in and it's so good at the beginning, and then they just do stuff and it ruins it for you, and you're like, oh god, why can't you just keep good things good, So
yes,
for now It's a 9. It is a high recommendation. I can't stress enough. I think you should check it out. If
Mm.
if like at the end of the season, I will say, well, if it stays as it is now, as good as it is
Mm.
now, 10, easy
Mm.
10,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
But for now, 9, 8.7 on Manimalist. I think is a solid rating. I think I'd put it even higher than that. Again, wrong with my rating is, but
Hmm.
8.7, solid rating there on Manimalist. Easily great series, totally recommended. Demographic is shonen, so keep that in mind if you're into shonen stuff. It does have supernatural stuff, a bit of spooky looking things, so maybe not for the little chibis and stuff like that. I think it's like
No, maybe not.
17,
Yeah.
17 plus because of violence and profanity apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the age rating for it. 23-minute episodes, so quite short actually. I actually feel like the episodes go by way too quick. I think that's the only critique I can say.
Uh,
It feels like just as, like, especially last week's episode, it felt like the episode was building up and then it was just like, and it's done. I think even
oh,
like Alex
okay.
was like, she was like, is it over? What? Like what the hell? She was like, oh my god, no.
That can be two things. I mean, sure, it can be that the actual episode is not that long. At the same time, it can also be that you do get engaged and you watch and you forget about time, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden it's over. So it because
Sucks.
I've experienced that too with series that are like it's like, oh, what episode is over? So, but
How
what
dare
are we
you do
talking
this
about
to
here? Are we
me?
talking about is it like 45 minutes or half an hour or how
23
long are they?
minutes. 23 minutes. And
Okay.
and you
Oh, is that short?
a
Oh,
portion of that 23 minutes is the intro and the outro. So it's not even 23 minutes. It's
nah,
probably
it's
like,
more 21 or
I'd probably even put it as like 20 minutes an episode.
okay. Well, then yeah, that's short for the. Mm,
Quite short. It's quite a short, like quite short episodes, but enjoyable. Like quite enjoy,
mm,
especially the first few episodes, because the first few episodes like really build up. And I think when I got into it, they already had a few episodes going, so it was easy for me to get into. Which is one of the things as well, is that this is also in English, which is a huge plus fit as well. A lot of the newer series are Japanese, especially if it's simulcast with Japan for Crunchyroll. But this is actually in English, so you
mm-hmm.
get to watch the episodes in English and everything like that, and which I think is pretty cool. I think also on top of that, um, it has I think it had like the release date is also really nice, like because most new anime it's coming out on Saturday, with Dandadan is on Thursday. So I think, which is for me, which makes it so nice,
Aha.
is that
Okay.
I can sort of like, I get a good something good to watch in the middle of the week. So
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday I'm watching stuff like Blue Lock and Dragon Ball Daima on Saturday. But on Thursday I'm watching Dandadan, and I'm enjoying Dandadan.
Mm.
So generally it's nice having some anime in the middle of the week that I can
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
hop onto. So like tomorrow afternoon we're getting in that Dandadan. So the only thing though, it is like afternoon. So like we have time to get in from work and get everything sorted out, and then boom, we're back. We're watching that Dan. That's the thing. It's like you don't get it immediately as you get in. It's a little bit of a delay. What's Nalu's question? Have you talked about Blue Lock yet, Q, or about the football poster? Nalu sent me a football poster about some like I think it's a mixture of Dragon Ball and Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, cool.
I think it's for the World Cup or something like that. Cool photo. Thought it was pretty cool. With regards to Blue Lock, I know there's a lot of people who have an issue with Blue Lock's animation for this season. That it's not as high quality as it was in season one. Genuinely speaking, I don't care. I don't mean to sound bad about it. Like I'm not bothered by it. Like I get it's not as good. Like I genuinely do, right? But I'm not coming to Blue Lock for the best, most expendiferous animation. Like I mean, you give me trash anime in Dragon Ball, yeah, I'm gonna be like, "What are you mad?" Like just Dragon Ball. But for Blue Lock, like to be quite frank, before someone pointed out to me, I didn't even really notice it because I like with Blue Lock, it's sort of it's a sports anime. Like it's all about the
Mm,
characters. It's
mm.
all about the sort of like this sort of surprise moments of like, oh my god, he did the thing. Oh my god,
Yeah,
cool.
okay. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
generally it's not too bad. Now I wish they had better animation after knowing that the animation has suffered a bit. Yeah, of course, it would be cool if they did. but I can't be bothered. I mean, I'm still getting Blue Lock. You know, I mean, the only alternative is to read the manga, and I'm not doing that. so,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, it's all right. Son Goku, Journey to the West. Yeah, that's the thing. So Goku from Dragon Ball and Son Goku from Journey to the West. So yeah, pretty cool poster.
Cool.
But yeah, that's the banter about Blue Lock. Raj. All of that
Yeah.
being said,
Hmm.
what have you been watching? Is it
Mm,
any of the anime I've been watching, or have you been watching something completely else?
um, completely else, but at the same time, animation animated.
Ooh, okay, okay. Let's get this one. Come on.
Yeah, I've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I have been watching the season 2 when it comes to Arcane, the
Ooh.
League of Legends series on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I talked well about it the last time when it comes to season 1. Now
Mm-hmm.
season 2 is out and I have been watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already done and I've had a similar experience when it comes to, I think I can agree with what how you described Underdone, because it's the same here, and I'm sure I mentioned it. It's a good plot, it's a good story. This is set in this utopian Piltover and also the oppressed underground of Zone or Sound.
Mm-hmm.
Zone? Sound? Oh. Yeah, so the
Mm-hmm.
story follows the origins of these two iconic League of Legends champions, two sisters, and the power that will tear them apart. It's going to be a lot of conflict and everything in this one. And I mean, I have no idea. I haven't played League of Legends. I'm not like, yeah, following. This is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything. But it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter because this is, as you described, Anadan, it's a good plot. It's really, really high production, like when it comes to audio, when it comes to like the graphics and everything of the series. Uh, I good voice acting, really good voice acting. I really like the music as well. It's appealing to me. So the whole package kind of knots together in a well formed piece of art, if you will. I highly recommend this. It is really good. It has a 9.0 on IMDb, and I don't give away high like scores to the left and right. Kind of a picky guy. I don't want to be too generous, but it is actually around there. It's around a 9 because it's just very very well trimmed and well performed. So sure, League of Legends. Well, League of Legends stopped me.
Arcane.
Arcane League of Legends on Netflix. 2 seasons so far. Definitely worth watching in my book. Like it. Really like
Okay,
it.
I've actually been considering this one, and but I wasn't sure if it would be good. So I think as you mentioned, you like the first season. We've spoken about it before, but I still hadn't pulled the trigger on it. I could see myself picking this up. I think generally like I've been looking for something to watch with Alex because like obviously we've been watching Dan to Dan, but it's only like one a week. And I know she's been wanting to like watch something with me. She wanted to go watch a horror movie in the theaters. I was just like, I'm just not down for that. So I don't want to go. I don't want to go see things try to
Surprise.
scare
Yeah.
me. I'm good. All right. But I think this might be good. If she's into
Yeah.
it, I'd be up to watching that together. If
Yeah,
not, then
give it a
I'll watch
try.
it alone.
I think you guys will like it actually. I do.
Yeah.
So give it a try.
Yeah.
Get into like 1, 2, 3 episodes and see what happens.
Hmm.
No, for me it was very appealing. I had a this one of my followers that has been around for a very long time. His name is Sandro. You know who Sandro is. You've
I
been
do.
playing with him as well when it comes to Dead by Daylight and everything. Really nice guy. Anywho, he has been like on me saying because he has been playing a lot of League of
Hmm.
Legends, but he said, Roger, just think about it as a good series. I'm sure you will like it. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And at that point of time, like talking about a year back or something, I was busy watching other things, and you
Hmm.
know how it is. But then finally, I got into it. So, Arcane, yes, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Um, Next time I hop into your stream, like I know Sandro. I'm gonna have some words with Sandro. We never see Sandro on the podcast. I'm just saying we're gonna have some words. That
Yeah, that
means,
too, that too.
um,
Yeah.
comment from Nalu. Rewatching Fruit Basket 2019. Fruit Basket is amazing. Big fan of Fruit Basket. My rewatching My Happy Marriage to get ready for season 2. Haven't seen that one. Don't know what it's about.
Just heard about the title is familiar to me. That's I guess all I can say. But
Maybe
yeah.
something for me to check out at some point. It was a thriller.
Oh, The Heretic. Okay, I know. I
I'm
know
not
since I watch those kind of things as well.
not my cup of tea, mate. I'm not going to the theaters to watch that. Like, I mean, come on. It's just like no.
Yeah, it's the one. Darn it, this is the one with Hugh Grant. I actually heard a
She
interview
she tried to
with
convince me
him.
with that. She was like, "Oh, it's got
Yeah,
you guys
bro,
in
I
it."
was
Yeah.
I was sitting, we were driving the car and I heard Hugh Grant talking about this movie. I was like, might have to check this out.
Hugh Grant
Okay.
and Hugh Grant is good in romantic comedies or scenes where he's romantic. This is what he is for. If you put him in stuff that's not romantical, I don't want to see it. So
Well,
basically, no. Um, My Happy Marriage is superb. We love the season 2. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm,
I guess I saw this as well.
yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah.
let's talk about some video game games. Um, the game I've been playing is the game that's on the screen right now, which is Negate Tale, which is a game that I have covered on the podcast before. I have mentioned this on the podcast before. But the reason why I've been playing again this week is because there's an update came out for it. Like the game has been
Oh.
in early access for like ages, and I think on my computer I got like some pop up at some at some point something from Steam saying, "Oh my god, game has left early access." Blah blah blah. Full blah 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 blah. Anyway, point is, I was like, "What?" I was like, "It was in early access all this time." Like I didn't even. I guess I forgot it was early access and just like I thought that was
Yeah.
because I finished the game in early access. Like what was there in early access, I completed it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah.
And this is a roguelike. You know,
Mm.
you go around and you fight monsters and you get these monster girls and they're cute and you level them up and you get stronger and you get in the deeper and deeper in the dungeons every single time. And your boy is good at these. Your boy is I've been saying this over the past couple of years. I have become a fan of the roguelites. I am part of
Cool.
the cult of roguelites. I recommend roguelites. I didn't before.
Yeah.
I used to say it's sacrilege. These games are terrible. What's the point of this?
Really?
And now I'm your boy saying, look, if you don't get into the roguelite life, we can't hang out. Right? So so Negate Tale, absolutely amazing. Finally out of like out of early access. But one big stupid flaw is that they 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 delete your save data. Your save data does not work after the update. You have to start the whole game all over again. So all the stuff
Oh
that's done in the early
no,
access
no.
gone. They're like, oh, well, there's a bunch of new stuff, blah blah blah. Save data doesn't work anymore with this thing. They did describe some way of saving that save data, but I was like, if you can't use it in the game here in the final product, what's the point of saving that? Like, so
Oh shit.
I jumped
Okay.
in, started over the game, and I'm building back up my characters and all that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
stuff. It's just not too bad. I'm enjoying
No.
the ride, and I think this is one of those games that's perfect for the Steam Deck. I think it's one of those games that's perfect for the Steam Deck. So Negate Tale, really cute, anime style, sort of like top down, sort of isometric, roguelike game where you have this guy. He crashes on an island, meets a monster girl, saves her. The monster girl gets him to help with other monster girls, and he starts fighting all these goblins and all that kind of stuff that's being controlled by some greater evil, and you have to figure out a way of beating this evil and all that kind of stuff. Blah blah blah.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, you go through the dungeons, you collect stuff. Every time you finish an area, so the game is set in these areas. Every time you finish an area, you get to choose to go to the next area, and each of the doors for each area has like an icon on it, and that icon
Mm-hmm.
indicates what you're gonna get after you've completed that area. So maybe you want to go to an area that has cake. If you collect cake used to you sell to this sort of like giant chickmunk kind of looking creature, like looks like a guinea pig. You give it to him, and he'll give you what do you call it? He gives you gifts that you can give to the waifus to make them more like you more, and then they give you more abilities. Or you can collect coin to buy stuff, or you can collect these sort of meteorites to level up your weapons and all these other things. Anyway, point is, it's got a nice sort of like progression system, a lot of different mechanics and stuff like that work together with it, and it's I think it's quite easy to start to build an OP character in this. But it does take a few runs. I think on your first run you're
Mm.
probably not gonna get that far. At least for me, I didn't. But I think on my third run I started to like really feel my grind. I started to feel
Mm.
like like my old profile. I was doing a lot of crazy shit, and it was getting really exciting. So yeah, Negate Tail on Steam. Shout out for that game. Huge shout out for it if you have a Steam Deck, because I mean, come on, perfect place to play it. But yeah, that's
Nice.
the bit of it. Now I was asking thoughts on Game of the Year nominated Q. I don't really care. Again, this is the second time I've said this. I
No, but
sound
that's
re-
perfectly fine.
I, I
Sometimes we don't.
I sound
You
really
know.
bad saying this. Stellar Blade is not nominated. And for that reason, I am not. I don't really care, because I think there's a game that's in this. It looks like Solitaire. And granted, I looked up the game. It's like very positive on Steam, so maybe there's a reason why. But I was just like, that's not Game of the Year for me. Like I wouldn't vote for that. But maybe it is. Maybe it's a cool game and I just didn't know about.
Mm.
But yeah, like I don't give the whole Game of the Year awards as much thought as I used to when I was younger. I think when I was younger, I cared a lot more about these sort of things: Game of the Year, Movie of the Year, all these sort of awards and stuff. I think now at the place I'm at in my life, I'm more interested in what people that I'm interested in think about their games of the year. So like maybe my friends and other content creators that I follow and so forth. Yeah, like if I ask Rod, what's the best game you've played for this year? I'm pretty sure I can guess what it is, but I'm gonna guess Space Marines too. But you could tell me something else if you want, but I'm not gonna believe you. Am I right, Rod? Wasn't it not Space Marines too?
You're right.
See, exactly. I know you.
Yep. See, it's easy. There might be another game. I'm gonna talk about that soon. That might
Might
top that
dethrone it.
list, but we're getting there soon.
You see, so yeah, no, like honestly, for me, I can say this with a clear heart. I think the my game of the year this year has actually been Stellar Blade. I think that was the best game that I played this year. I
Mm,
had the most fun with. I've played a lot of good games this year, but I think that game I had the absolute most fun with. I think
yeah,
if I had to say
nice.
like biggest surprise was Final Fantasy 16. I was surprised how much I enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
So I would say Final Fantasy 16 on the PC. Oof.
Mm,
Oof.
good.
But yeah, that's about it. I don't think there's. I think for everyone, Game of the Year is going to be different, and because of that, I think yeah, these game shows are going to have their awards, and it's interesting sometimes to talk about. But really and truly, I'm not too bothered about them nominees. Like when I look at
Uh,
their nominees year in year out, I'm not thinking about them. Like I think Elden Ring was in there, like the DLC, and I was like, DLCs get Game of the Year nominations now. Ooh, interesting. um,
yeah,
so
true.
yeah,
Mm,
I'm not here for that. It is what it is, because there are a lot of great games that
yeah.
came out this year that got snubbed, and I think with the the Game of the Year thing with Jeff Keighley and those guys, I think a lot of the games that they snub are games that a lot of people love, and it's just sort of like, I'm not saying that the games that they put out there are bad games. I think a lot of them are great games that a lot of people still love as well. But I think some of the games that they snubbed are better than them in some ways. Some of them,
Yeah.
but that's not a hit. Neither here nor there. It is what it is. Also, there's a rumor that Syllabus is coming to PC in 2025. Yeah, I've heard that rumor already. And when it comes to PC, your boy's gonna be playing again. I'm just saying, save 5 days or twice. Get out of my PlayStation 5 and put it on the PC where there's going to be less censorship and it's going to be amazing. Raj, that being said,
Mhm.
what have you been playing?
Well, first off, I started to play Monday again since I came back. I had
Ooh.
this, not playing for like 5 days since I went up visiting my mom. That was different, but it's good. It's good to take those breaks. But anywho, I have been on Thursday. Then, when I was away last week, season one started when it comes to Black Ops 6, and from what I've been reading and seeing, it's been quite, you know, maybe impressive is a strong word, but they have been pumping out quite some content. So I'm gonna look into that. As I've said, Call of Duty for me nowadays, it's something I come back in and out from a bit here and there. It's not like something I play like every day or every week or whatever have you. However, I did also go in and because also with that kind of season one entrance, if you will, they also released the Treyarch's version of Warzone, meaning the new Warzone map. I played a bit today actually, even though I usually want to play Warzone together with friends. If I do that, I rarely do that, but if I do, I want to play with at least someone I know. So that's a thing, but it was like okay, I guess. But I might talk more about that later. Uh, but there's more to it because you and I, dear Q, are old Halo fans,
Of
and
course, of course.
yes, of course. And very recently there was this anniversary when it comes to Halo 2 having its 20th anniversary, being released in November 2004. Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine? 20 years has passed.
Let me look this up.
Uh, yeah. So when it comes to the latest game in the series by
Mm-hmm.
343 Studios, which is of course Halo Infinite,
Mm-hmm.
they did a really good thing. They did quite some things, but one thing that I found very interesting was a new playlist, which is basically some of the OG old Halo 2 maps with also gameplay mechanics from that era, meaning no sprinting and no
Mm-hmm.
clamber. So they took that away and increased the height of the jumps a bit, as it was back in the days. And I think it's brilliant because that's how I think the Halo games should be played.
Mm-hmm.
And also when it comes to the mechanics. Because I think in 2010, when it comes to 2010 and Halo Reach,
Mm-hmm.
it was like an ability, or how do you say, like a that was a bit new, but there was sprint in the game. But
Mm-hmm.
then when it started to become a thing in Halo, was from 2012. I believe that was Halo 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I have never really liked that because I think the gameplay and how Halo plays also being a bit tactical and
Mm-hmm.
quite can be quite competitive, if you will. I think the way they've done it, like in the OG games, like Halo 1 to 3, foremost, and partly Reach, was the way to go. So again, this playlist is called Delta Arena. I made a video just today on my channel,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a lot of fun. It was like coming back to to the old days of Halo, like the good parts, if that makes sense, when it comes to playing online, meaning multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
They also have introduced for the first time in Halo history, firefight is a thing that has been around before, where you play like PVE, if you will, like King of the Hill against storming elites and grunts and whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've done that, but the first time you can play it in third person mode, which is kind of
Mm.
cool. I haven't tried that, but it sounds fun. So they've done some good things, some other updates, but especially this Delta Arena playlist was a lot of joy for me. I recorded the video the other day. I started to play on Monday, I guess, in the afternoon when I came home from my trip. So good stuff. Because Halo Infinite, as I said, never really became like a thing for me. I
Mm-hmm.
never really got into it. I wasn't too fond of it, to be honest. And also initially release, if we go back a few years, there was problems with performance and shit like that. And I was too busy playing some other games as well. So yeah, you know,
No, it's
that's
good.
something. Yeah, no, I really wanted to mention it because, as you know, next year I believe there will be a new Halo game, and they have announced that it will be like a different kind of studio setting, kind of a combination of things or people that's gonna do this new game, and they're gonna leave their old graphics engine that 343 Studios now has been working on and using for quite some years when it comes to the Halo games.
Mm-hmm.
uh, they're gonna leave that behind and instead do the next game in Unreal Engine 5.
Ooh.
So interesting, very interesting to see how that plays out and how the new game design-wise will become. But you know, a good Halo game, I'm definitely for it. So we'll see. But this was a fresh, like fresh air, but a kind of a homage from 343's side when it comes to Halo 2 having its 20th anniversary. And I think it was a really good thing, and they have done it in a good way. So it's recommendable. I mean, downloading Halo Infinite is free. It's a free to play multiplayer shooter, so you know, doesn't cost anything.
The multiplayer
Yeah,
is free. The campaign still has a price.
true.
For those who want to play the
I
campaign though,
haven't played
it's
it. I haven't played that campaign.
I played a bit of the campaign, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say the price for the campaign is actually not that expensive though if you shop around. So if you have if you want to get an Xbox, and I believe it's crossplay. I think if you buy a key, it works on everything.
Yeah, I think so.
So like the cheapest I'm seeing right now is an Eneba, £14,
Ah, okay.
£14
Yeah,
for Halo. And it's
yeah,
gonna you just put it on your Xbox account and it works on your Xbox and your PC. I
hmm,
do same so myself. I think that's a beautiful deal. I think if you
yeah,
want it, you got it. Right. I think this is the perfect place to go. Just grab it on Anna, but I think it's such a
yeah.
good deal. It's not that expensive. I'm adding it to my card right now. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I played it through Game Pass, but my Game Pass is currently on pause. I might just pick this up for
Same here.
myself.
I also have it on pause. And
Yeah.
that's also what I wanted to get to before I we wrap things up and I leave the gaming department here in the
Mm-hmm.
podcast because yeah, Game Pass. It's there is a game because we talked about game of the year and whatnot. There is a
Mm-hmm.
game that has been quite anticipated, at least by some. I guess I'm one of them, even though I haven't played the first one. And that game is being released today, and I'm talking about Stalker 2. Uh,
Ooh, that's been all over
yes,
my feed, literally
yes.
everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting, bro, to see how this one plays out. I mean, we know from before and the trailers we saw talking about Unreal Engine
It
5,
looks
it looks
gorgeous.
gorgeous, gorgeous,
Gorgeous. You
gorgeous. Quite a big file
gorgeous.
though. I think it's gonna be like 150 gigabytes.
Mm-hmm.
It starts to come up in the same sizes as Call of Duty does. I can't have
Mm-hmm.
anything else installed when I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm getting so okay, whatever. But Stalker 2 is kind of, we might talk about that later. I know for sure that I'm pointing upwards because on the upper floor where my youngest son still lives, so to
Mm-hmm.
say, here at home, he is gonna buy the game. He played the shit out of the first Stalker game,
Mm-hmm.
so I know he's gonna do that, and I'm gonna sneak peeky Steam share with him. And but what I want to do, I mean, I could probably play the game somewhat on the PC setup I have now. But we talked about this before too. Now it is November, and we see Black Friday. I do black like this because it's not a day anymore. It's like the freaking whole month almost,
Mm-hmm.
which is a bit of a pity that they can't keep it to one day. But
Mm-hmm.
anywho, still, I don't think it's gonna be so much better prices. But I gonna, I've told you, I'm gonna upgrade this, like my CPU, processor, everything.
As you should.
So yeah, yes, that definitely. And we're only like 1, 2 weeks away probably from that to happen. So I might wait until that is done before I download and play Stalker 2. I think then I can really, enjoy it the most probably.
Probably
So
put in the proper time with it.
yeah,
And yeah. Also, I think just to mention, like, because I'm just looking at my email because as I said this has been all over my feed all day.
yeah,
Um, like
yeah,
there's I like there's a little blurb from it. Because Stalker 2 is from a Ukrainian studio, and
yes.
so they've sent a little email over here with a bit of thing. It's just the Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl is now available for PC and Xbox Series X and S, marking
Mm.
the end of a long and challenging development cycle that included the pandemic, relocation, cyber attacks, a fire in the Prague office, and above all, ongoing war in Ukraine, which
Oh
continues to
wow, yeah.
devastate the developers' homeland. So I know a lot of developers who be from like Ukrainian game developers have moved to different places. I think the developers behind Metro, if I'm correct, they moved
Yeah.
to Malta.
Mm.
And and the ones here for Stalker 2 as well having to move as well. So I think keeping considering the circumstances that they were working on this game on under, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how the game turned out, and
Yeah.
I think commendable on them as game developers. You know, whether or not whatever you think of global conflicts and all that kind of stuff. I
Mm.
think this as gamers and as appreciators of art, to see that they've created something like this in under such adversity, I think is super cool. You know, um, because as like at the end of the day, I think it's interesting, and I'm kind of keen to see how the game turned out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's out right now. You if you have Game Pass, you can grab it immediately straight off of Game Pass.
Yes,
If
it's on Game Pass.
if you don't, it is available on Steam, Epic Store, GOG, the Microsoft Store, and of course, on the Xbox. So you've got a lot of different options to picking it up. I would say if you're picking it up on PC, the good side of me says buy it on GOG. The side of me who has a Steam account says grab it on Steam.
Of course. Yeah.
That's the sad truth. But it is what it is. I might see if I can get my hands on a copy. I don't know if and when, but we'll see. If I do happen to get my hands on a copy, that would be absolutely interesting and super cool. And then I'll let you guys know what I think of it, because it again, it is a huge game. It looks amazing,
Yes.
and yeah, it's out right now. I can't believe I slept on that. Like, I can't believe I didn't even notice it was today, because I've been seeing it in my feed all day, and I was like, oh, I thought it was the old game, because the way the stuff that kept
Okay.
popping up in my feed, I was like, oh, why is GOG showing me Stalker?
Yeah, I
Like,
can imagine. I mean, but think about it, such a long time ago. The last game was released in 2009.
yeah, that's exactly it. Because
So it's like,
it's like a decade, isn't it? Oh,
yeah,
ugh, interesting.
yeah, it's yeah. And
Interesting.
as you described, I mean, the circumstances they are living with or under when it
Hmm.
comes to developing, yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
definitely.
wow.
Yeah, I think because of those circumstances as well, I think you're gonna get a bit of authenticity to the Look, is a quite gritty game, so I think you're gonna get a bit
Yes.
of authenticity, so the sort of post-apocalyptic kind of stuff,
Hmm.
and it's under bad circumstances, but for us, the game is pretty cool, and I
Yeah.
believe the money from their game is going towards their country as well to help with regards to what's
Hmm.
going on there. So I think
Okay.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
It's interesting.
So yeah, that being said, Stalker
Hmm.
2 is out today. Check it out. Think it might be interesting. Might be interesting to check out.
I think so too. Yes.
So with that, I think we've got a podcast, Rod. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think you're completely right. Nailing it.
Ooh.
No, it's been great to be back. It's been nice to talk to you guys again and have this kind of conversation when it comes to everything between the earth and the sun, but also, of course, our favorite stuff when it comes to video gaming and also the telly. I hope you got some good tips, and it's also nice when you share your thoughts and, of course, your feedback in especially now live here when it comes to the chat. But you can also do that afterwards if you're listening to the podcast after we're done here when it comes to the live stream. With that said, my friends, take care now. We will be back in a week from now. I'm pretty sure we will. And I hope you're going to have a beautiful week. Maybe you also get some snow. Who knows? I'm pretty sure we will. It actually came a bit today, but also it was raining, so it went away fast. Okay. With that said, talk to you later, alligator. Muffin and out.
Beautiful as always. No worries, Nalu, about being
No
late.
worries,
Like,
Nalo.
we
No, no, no.
appreciate just the fact that you're here is enough.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
great. You can come and go however you want.
however you want, it's totally fine with us. That being said, and those of you listening in post as well, come and go as you see fit. Anyone who wanted to know any opinions that I have about eFootball, I'm not gonna tell you here. Go over
It is a
to
full. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna plug the other channel. Go over to Simply Football. I plan to stream. I did stream it, and Nalu was there when I streamed last. I
Oh,
plan to
nice.
stream a bit more on there and talk about what I think about the latest updates in that game and stuff like that. So I don't think I have much else to say on here about it, but you can go to Simply Football and check that out. So that being
Makes
said,
sense.
as always, you can find us at you can find Roger at Voice Plus Plus. That's number 40 is at SPLASH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. That's correct?
That is correct.
Ooh, Rog, there's another place that they can find you, and that is.
Well, there's quite a few places, if I'm going to be straight honest with you, sir. You can find me on social media. You can find me. Well, of course, you're thinking about maybe
I'm
the
thinking
platform
B.
called like yeah. It's my second channel when it comes to production music, which is called BB Music. Feel free
BB
to pop
music.
over if you want to.
Pop
Yeah.
over YouTube, listen to some music. You know.
Wait, what? Oh, Nalu, you had your birthday last week.
All right, Nalu's birthday was last week.
Oh,
We
now
didn't
we
do an
know how we're
episode
gonna end the
last week.
podcast. Exactly
Yes.
true. Darn it, missed it.
Ah,
Sorry, but yeah, congratulations afterwards. Apparently, since we weren't here for you.
yes.
But with that said, we're gonna try this, aren't we?
We're
Together.
gonna do acapella. Let's do this.
Yeah. Happy da 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 da, something like that. What do you think? Is it happy? Is this good for you? Happy birthday. Is
to
that fine?
you.
Well, okay, what? Uh, okay.
You ready for it? Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Nalu.
Nalu.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. I tried to make a, yeah, you see what I did. So
You did great.
you had to stay on yours so I can
I know, I know, I know. That's what we're here for.
but it was hard to sing when it comes to like
Like synchronize
sync
it.
delay and don't you think?
I was trying to like, because I was thinking like, oh, I think I'm going too fast. So like, oh, I need to slow down. No, I need to speed up because.
Because I was saying for me, I was like, am I too fast? Do I hear him like later or what's going on?
It's a
You're
delay.
very much welcome now, though. I hope you enjoyed it. We did our best here, try to be in sync, whatever have you. But yeah,
Definitely, definitely. You know
okay,
what? Next time we'll plan like when next I visit Sweden around your birthday, so that way we do it live. You know, it's all good. It's all
it's
good.
easier.
It's easier. Perfect.
Be
You
in the
know,
same room,
definitely.
basically.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
open up a Nalu's birthday fund. You know, so you know we'll save up the money towards taking another trip to Sweden. You know, we'll do it all by the lake. You know, we'll have a like
That sounds good.
moose barbecue up on a nice view. So, with
Sounds
that
great,
being
man.
said, you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah, yeah.
find me at LPGardens, LPGRDN, LPGRDIN, Guardians of the U. You can also find, as I mentioned before, Simply Football. You can find us both on all the stuff that we do, like when we do reviews and all that kind of stuff at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK, pretty much everywhere else. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like to subscribe to this podcast on Castbox, Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, simplybinge.com and elsewhere. And what's the company they're going to like it that we're giving them for free? So, as always, guys, this has been cued. Your pleasure. And it's a wrap. That is an episode. Woo!
That's an episode.
We did
We
it.
did it.
I
did it.
am running on zero sleep. I feel like I don't know if you guys
Oh,
could tell.
really?
Like I have been like super tired this whole time. I've been cleaning all day. I usually have like my midday nap. Didn't have my midday nap today. It was horrible. But
Dude, are you up during the nights again?
no. I slept last night.
Okay.
Maybe it's the Powerade. Maybe it's. I mean, it shouldn't be doing anything to me, but I usually get I usually get a midday nap in the day. Like I feel like I start getting, because I wake super early in the morning. I'm usually
Yeah,
like awake
yeah.
like 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I just wake up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wake
Okay.
up to use the loo and then I'm awake and I can't go back to sleep.
Ah.
So like I'll get up and
Mhm.
like even like when I was visiting you, I would be up, before you came in. Before you come in to get me, I'd be awake. I'd just be on my phone, just like watching videos and stuff.
Yeah, right.
I wake up, and then I use the loo, and then I just lay there, and I just like, oh, okay, let me catch up on the news and stuff. What's going on over here,
Mm-hmm.
That are they, what's the neighbors doing, sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, generally, I wake up in the morning, and I have been sleeping on the sofa a lot this week. I have been sleeping actually right behind there. This has been my bed, people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
As you
There we
see,
go.
it is a magnifique bed.
Sazova. Yeah.
Super uncomfortable, but
Yeah. I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. But anyhow, but
Super.
yeah, then I can understand if you're, yeah, then it can be good to have this small nap, like maybe after like noon or something after lunch. That's
Mm-hmm.
preferable. I do that too sometimes. I actually did that today,
Good.
uh, because I've been a bit tired the last couple of days. So it can be really, really good. But I've told you what I do. I just put my alarm on like 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm. It's good.
tops 20.
For me, it's
And
30. I think 30 is the sweet spot for a power nap for me. I think 30
mm,
minutes. Boom.
it definitely, I would say 20 to 30.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's longer than that. But I've started to go even under that
yeah.
because, I feel that I
You get
have to
enough.
go on and do stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely, because if you, yeah, we're not going to go there. But if you go longer, you know how it can be. You just feel very,
You get
it's hard to get back on
sluggish.
track. Yeah. And if you sleep too long, even longer than that, it can be hard to fall asleep during the evening and a lot of that. You get into bad kind of day night rhythm.
Yep.
So, mm.
Definitely. 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 So, that being
Yep.
said, I think we should get out of here.
Yep.